What's up, everybody? WrestleMania 27 is in the books now, and there are some things that happened that you wouldn't expect, and some things that you would expect. So, the first match of the night, however, was the World Heavyweight Title match with Alberto Del Rio versus Edge. Now, that surprised me too. I don't know what they were doing with that. Maybe just get the crowd going, something exciting right off the bat. Um, that's how it happened. The ramp for WrestleMania looked tremendous. There was a big screen, giant screen in the back, and it looked when Del Rio's entrance came, his car was coming up through the ramp, like it was his home, like his mansion in Mexico. It was a great entrance. It was a great set all around. So he comes down with Brodus Clay. Edge comes down as champion. Christian is in his corner. It was a good match overall. And the finish saw Christian taking out Brodus Clay and Edge hitting the spear on Del Rio for the win. After that, Edge and Christian went to Del Rio's car and scratched the hell out of it, and they pretty much destroyed it. No new champion for Del Rio. His Royal Rumble win going by the wayside now. All the momentum is halted. I thought he was going to win the championship. It's WrestleMania. It's time for new champion. So I don't know where they're going to go from here. I don't know if they're going to be a rematch at Extreme Rules. But I really hope Del Rio is walking out champion. So Edge is the winner there. Next match was Cody Rhodes versus Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio coming out in a Captain America outfit. I thought he was going to be Iron Man, but close enough. This one was another good match. It might have been one of the better ones of the night. Cody Rhodes really, became a star, I think, in this match. Like the superplex off the top rope, it was like he held him up for a few seconds there, like a delayed superplex. He used his mask. Rey Mysterio took off his mask and used it against him. It was back and forth, but the end saw Cody Rhodes with Crossroads to win the match. So Cody Rhodes is your winner. I thought Rey was going to win that one. It was nice to see it. His Cody Rhodes' gimmick, he's playing out pretty well with the hoodie and the coat, not seeing his face, shying away from it. So hopefully Cody can elevate his status after this. So we'll see where that goes. The next match is the Core versus Big Show, Kane, Santino Marella, and Kofi Kingston, since Vladimir Kozlov was attacked at Access the night before, so he replaced him. This match was a pretty much squash match. In less than 3 minutes, Santino hit the Cobra on Heath Slater, and Big Show hit his KO punch on him too for the win. I don't think anybody else tagged in this match, so it was less than 3 minutes, like I said, and at the end it made sense because this match, WrestleMania, took all 4 hours to complete, so right to the end. So I guess they scheduled that way. So whatever. Next we had CM Punk versus Randy Orton. CM Punk had no new Nexus members at ringside, and Randy Orton was still working his injured knee. This match was back and forth. This match was a good match, probably one of the better ones of the night. The finish saw Randy Orton go for the RKO. CM Punk duck out of it, go to the ring apron, and try to jump off the top rope at Randy Orton, but he catches him in RKO. So it was like Super Orton, and so Randy Orton wins. He gets to 1, 2, 3. He beats the leader of the Nexus, completely destroys the Nexus. I'm guessing that it is dead. Nexus dead. There's no way of rebuilding it right now. I don't know how, if they would. So I guess all those shirts will be going on even more of clearance, like 90% off today. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see on Raw whether they have like a rematch at Extreme Rules where Punk wins. So we'll see where it goes from there. Next match was the Jerry King Lawler versus Michael Cole match. Michael Cole match comes out in like a amateur wrestler gear with all the headgear, kind of like how Rick Steiner used to do. He was on all orange and comes out with his trainer Jack Swagger. Joshua Matthews, Booker T, and JR was calling this match. So they were at ringside. So King comes out. He has new gear. Stone Cold comes out. It was a kind of a slow paced match. He kind of beats him in the coal mine for a little bit. Then Michael Cole actually gets the upper hand on Jerry the King Lawler for a little bit, thanks to Jack Swagger. That was the boring part of it. The fans started chanting "boring." You can clearly hear that. But then Michael Cole, um, then Jerry the King Lawler, gets back the upper hand, and then the beatdown commences. Jack Swagger tries to throw in the towel, but Austin stuns him for his efforts. He gets out. Then more pummeling. The King then uses the fist off the top rope, and then he was about to pin him, but he doesn't. Then he uses the ankle lock to make him tap. He taps for a few minutes because Austin would have ring the bell. He kept asking, "Would you like to tap out?" Then Michael Cole's crying. Jerry King Lawler wins. They have a beer to celebrate. Booker T says he needs to get in on the action. He does the spinner Rooney. Austin hands him a beer. Booker T drinks it, and then Austin stuns him. And, for his efforts. Goodbye, Booker T. He's off the announce team for the rest of the night. Then the Raw GM chimes in. He says that Austin abuse of power, whatever, and that King is disqualified now, and that Michael Cole's actually the winner. So Austin's pissed. King's pissed. He goes over to Josh Matthews. He's furious at him. He throws Josh Matthews in the ring, and Austin stuns Josh Matthews. And goodbye, Josh Matthews. Now it's just King and Jim Ross calling the action for the rest of WrestleMania. So that's how they get those two Hall of Famers to call the rest of the card. Austin has a few beers. He rides off in his ATV, and the next match, which happens to be the Triple H versus the Undertaker match. Triple H comes down to For Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica. He comes in like a Barbarian King outfit, like a skeleton mask. It was pretty sick. He should have came down to the ring with it, but he just stood there, and the lights went out, and he came back to his regular music. So he comes to the ring. Undertaker comes down. No really fancy entrance for him. It's just Johnny Cash and walks down the ring. I thought he was going to be all the druids and whatnot and all that spectacle. But nope, he comes down. Still a long entrance, like 4 minutes, but that's typical. That's vintage Undertaker, I guess you would say. This match went back and forth, just spot after spot, breaking tables, breaking the coal mines, chair shots. Triple H hit Undertaker with the head with the chair. It was pretty intense. That he did like 3 pedigrees, a couple last rides, a couple tombstones. Even Triple H using the tombstone on Undertaker to end it. I thought it was going to end there. They had me believing, so it was good on their part to make me believe that the streak could end. So, but he doesn't. After Triple H hits him with the tombstone, he kicks out. He crawls back like he just seen a ghost. He was like, "Oh, what the hell do I have to do?" Then he goes for the sledgehammer. I think that's on it. Sledgehammer. Then he comes back to Undertaker, and Undertaker catches it in the Hell's Gate. He's there for a little bit. The struggle back and forth. See if Triple H can get out of it. I think probably attempting for a powerbomb. He tried to reach for the sledgehammer, but in the end, Triple H taps out to the Hell's Gate. Match over. 19-0 Undertaker, and the streak continues. Now after the match, Undertaker looked dead, pretty much. His eyes were glazed over. When he rolled out the ring, he couldn't get up. He was grabbing the apron. Triple H almost checked up on him, but the referee, held him back. I don't know if it was just a work or it was a legit injury. They brought down the cart and put him on the stretcher and rolled him back up. So I don't know. We probably won't be seeing Undertaker for a little bit. Probably his break till SummerSlam. I think he's like if anybody's played Metal Gear Solid 3, Snakehead, he's like the end where he just goes to sleep and he's basically dead, and then he just comes back to life whenever he needs to for that one final match or whatever. So that's how I view Undertaker right now. 19-0. Next year, WrestleMania, if it's not Cena versus The Rock, I'm guessing it'll probably be Cena versus Undertaker for the 20-0. Then he can retire pretty much. So I think Undertaker's got one more year left. That's what I think. That's what um, I was talking in the chat room. Other people think too. So that's like the general consensus. It makes sense. There's nobody else, really, for him to be like a legit match. Um, he's never faced Rock or Cena, not Rock or Austin at WrestleMania. So, but that's not gonna happen. So the last one left is Cena. So the next match, the match before the main event, was the six-person Trish Stratus, Snooki, John Morrison versus Lay Cole and Dolph Ziggler. Trish worked most of the match. I think Morrison just got one spot in. He did Starship Pain on the outside to Ziggler, and then Trish tags in Snooki. She does like the backflip elbow to the corner, and then like a kind of like a Snooki splash on Michelle McCool, and for the 1-2-3. They celebrate, they win. It was a quick match, and Snooki wasn't that horrible. She was a head cheerleader, so she can do the little acrobatic stuff. So it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. So it was entertaining for that little bit. It was right before the main event, so I guess they needed a cool down match after the Taker Triple H for the main event. Now the main event, Cena versus The Miz. The Miz, they gave a really good, tremendous opening video to. It showed his rise from the real world, how he created The Miz, all the way down to his championship match when he beat Randy Orton for catching in the Money in the Bank. It was well done. They played "Hate Me Now" by Diddy and Puff Daddy back then, and it was really well done. So he came down. He had his pyros now. Then Cena had his elaborate entrance. He had like a choir going down. It was all right. The video package was good, but the entrance itself was decent. He had a new shirt. It's red now, so more red shirts. At least it's not purple or bright orange anymore. So people were booing Cena. You could hear that. I don't know who they wanted to boo for or cheer for. I don't know if they're just anti-Cena or pro-Miz, but the match, it's back and forth. Miz hit skull crushing finale on Cena. He kicked out. Later on, he hit an attitude adjustment on Miz. He kicked out, and they were both outside. Then John Cena did like a Hacksaw Jim Duggan 3-point stance, shoulder ram into the barricade, and the referee counted to 10, so they said it was a draw. People were upset about it, but then The Rock comes down. He's like, "Oh, it can't end like this." The Raw GM chimes in. He starts reading it, and he says, "It doesn't matter what the GM has to say." He destroys the computer. Says, "Oh, this match is gonna restart. No disqualification, no count out." And it's like 5 minutes left till 11 o'clock. So they both Cena and Miz got in. Cena went for the attitude adjustment on The Miz, but he got out. And then Rock was right behind Cena and gave him a rock bottom. And then Miz comes in, covers Cena for the 1-2-3, and Miz is still WWE champion. I was surprised. I knew Rock was going to get involved, but I didn't actually think Miz would win. But he's still your champ. And even though if Rock did help him out, it doesn't matter. Miz still leaves WrestleMania champion. So I think he has credibility for his championship run. And he's a heel. He doesn't need to win cleanly ever. That's what heels do. So I was pretty excited about that. I was marking out because I did not want to see Cena win another WrestleMania match for the championship. But then, Rock is walking out. Miz kind of stares him down from the middle of the ring. Rock looks at him, and then he proceeds to beat the Miz and rock bottom and to end the show. With that, laid him out. Rock lays out both of them. We'll see where it goes from there. If it's Cena Rock at SummerSlam. So tonight's Raw is going to be interesting. So it's going to be. I can't wait to see it. See where they go.